Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick review of this knife here. This is the CRKT Deviation. So, quick look at it. Let's jump on into this thing. You got 3.1 inches of 8CR14 MOV. They keep sneaking in an extra MOV. And I'm going to keep taking it as long as they're giving it. And just check this out. Look at that. It's got like a futuristic angular design on it. And usually this doesn't appeal to me too much. But I saw this on a mass drop the other day. And I was just curious about whether the mass drop was a good deal at that point. And it wasn't. So you got to be careful on those sometimes. Sometimes the mass drop knocks off a lot of the MSRP, but you can still find it a lot cheaper other places, or just as cheap, and you don't have to wait for it like you do on the mass drops. But anyway, so I checked this out on mass drop, and then I went looking for it elsewhere, and I found it elsewhere a little bit cheaper. So I ordered it, thought it'd be a cool knife to look at and review. Not necessarily something I would want to keep or even EDC. But check that out. So look at that. You got the two-tone blade. You got different finishes. You got the satin finish up here. And you got this mirror polish finish down there. It's pretty cool looking. Got this really large pivot area. And you got what they call titanium or tinitride, I think it was called. This paint that they put on the stainless steel here. The only problem here is it's Dallas Cowboy colors, so might want to check that out. See if you can live with that. So anyways, you got about 4.5 inches of handle back here. Like I said, this is all stainless steel. It's got a special 2 CR13 stainless, okay? It's got that open construction. Go. Check this out. It has ambidextrous tip-up clip, so you're good to go there. Lefties. The only problem you're going to have is closing it, but that's not a problem, is it? And then you have this inset liner lock, which is really cool, so it doesn't really mess up the lines of the knife itself. Is that focusing? I don't know. It's hard to tell here. Oop. Now it's really good at push button flipping. So if you push button it, it's going to flip right out. And if you're pretty good at just pull flipping it or light switching it, it'll flip out that way too. But you got to make a concentrated effort on that light switch, because the detent on this thing, while it's not going to shake out, it's a little bit soft here, just kind of bleh. So when you go to flip it on the light switch, just give it a little determination, but it flips out nicely. It is running on the IKBS bearing system, and it is smooth like you can't believe. So if you like bearing flippers, I'm looking at you. You know, yeah, I know you. This is a pretty cool knife. You're not going to be unhappy with this. And the thing is, even with the futuristic design, check this out. This thing fits. It's really ergonomic in your hand. It feels really good. Even my big chunky hand fits nice. It's got a place for this finger, and this finger just wraps up nicely, and it doesn't feel like, you know, there you go. It doesn't feel like it's going to poke you or jab you at any of those angles. And even left-handed, of course it feels the same, but there's no problem with that. It's just a cool little EDC knife. This is something a little bit dressy, kind of shiny, kind of pretty, but still useful. And speaking of useful, check out this choil right here. This choil right here fits my chunky finger there. And you got, while you have no jimping, you do have this little cutout here, and that makes that choil even that much more useful. And as big as my finger is, it's not poking into the edge of that blade, so the way they have it angled off is very useful that way too. So, I'm just going to weigh this thing in real quick. That's the one issue you might have with this thing, is the weight. Because it is stainless steel, the whole thing, and even though it is open construction, let me check in there, I don't see anything milled out or anything, so it's just pretty solid. It is a chunky little boy. Not too bad though, it's less than I thought. It's about 5.8 ounces there. It's a little bit heavy maybe, but it's still very useful. Still makes a really cool EDC. You got that really super deep pocket clip here. I think all you're going to see hanging out of your pocket is a little bitty thing like that. So if you all like that deep pocket clip stuff, you got that. Came super sharp. Nice shaving sharp. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's see what the lockup is on this thing. Just trying to find reasons to stay on camera here. Lockup's nice. No wiggle, no jiggle. Centering's nice. Everything's good. Alright, so there you go. I think it was around 35 bucks where I found it. This is not a bad option for 35 bucks. If you like the futuristic design, if you like that angular look, you're not going to go wrong. This thing feels good in your hand. It doesn't feel like you have to make allowances for the way it's cut, the way the guy designed it. This guy, Terry Lee Renner, he designed it right. I mean, it's for the people who like that look. It's useful. It's futuristic. It's angular. It's everything you're going to want. And a cool $35 knife. And it's got that IKBS bearing system, and this thing just flies open and just wants to go shut. See? No, 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 no. Alright, so there you go. That is the CRKT Deviation. So if you like here, subscribe here. Let me know what you think about this ball bearing flipper from the future. And I will talk to y'all later.